What's going on, guys? I had to show up to the party in proper attire. And I'm going to show up in Halloween 2018 because it's my favorite in the franchise. Even though most people got their criticisms for it and most people don't have it ranked very high. I love this movie, and I dedicated this show tonight to talking all about Halloween 2018. And oh God, you know I love this movie. Everything about it. The flaws, the miscasted characters, everything. Let's see who we got going on in the chat tonight. We got Miss Carter. What's going on? Destiny, my girl. We got Brett from Good Real Hunting. Oh, I almost said Good Real Haunting because that's your October month. Got my boy Chris Snyder. Frank Riker in the chat. What's going on, man? Oh, yeah. I've been taking notes on this one for a while. I watched this movie so very, very, very many times. I probably watched this one more than any of the other ones at this point. It's just, I don't know, something about it. We went so long after Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and then David Gordon Green, Danny McBride gave us this beautiful thing. And I'm going to dedicate the show to it tonight. And I'd like to share everything, my thoughts, hear what you guys have to say about it, and let's have a good old damn time on Faccmonster Live episode. I don't even know how many. I think it's the 6th. This is just so much fun. I forget to keep track. But I think it's time to dive right into this bad boy. Luckily for this one, John Carpenter came back. Did the soundtrack to this bad boy. Probably him and Cody Carpenter. Probably one of the best. Oh, it's going good, Chris Snyder. How about you, man? It's probably the best soundtrack in the franchise. I mean, it could be because it's the guy who gave us the original soundtrack to the original 1978 Halloween. So of course, this shit's gonna be amazing. And the way that he altered the main theme of the movie is spectacular. It was Rob Zombie's version was okay, but this one is probably the best. And the soundtrack from the start to the end, pretty damn good. It's the only soundtrack I listen to, horror-wise, the whole thing from the first song to the very end. It's just that good. And it's just one aspect that makes this movie amazing. I mean, they took advice from John Carpenter, and obviously he was probably guiding them what to do, but allowing David Gordon Green and those boys to do what they wanted to do. It was their vision to continue on the story from 78, and I was impressed. Like I said, a lot of people were not impressed. I was. Miss Carter says, I don't hate this one. I just find it confusing. Yeah. I mean, I read that a lot online, that people were just so confused. What happened to Laurie's other kids? Where's John? What happened to Jamie Lloyd? They're not going to mention her. Ashley Morrow in the chat. What's going on? Glad you can make it tonight. So I know a lot of people got lost when Halloween 2018 came out. I mean, like the true Halloween fans, the true to the core Halloween fans, they knew what was going on. They knew that all that other stuff was retconned. It was just going Halloween 1 to Halloween 2018. And it was just a different vision, a different take. And I was perfectly fine with it. It got rid of the brother-sister subplot, which is totally cool with me. I mean, obviously growing up, I didn't really pay attention. I didn't get too deep into that stuff. So it didn't bother me that they were brother and sister. But as you go along and get older, you realize that was really unnecessary, and that's not the way John Carpenter wanted this to go anyway. So that's fine. It's fine that doesn't exist anymore. Everything is fine that it doesn't exist. And we're gonna go ahead and dive into this bad boy. I appreciate everybody who's in the chat, looking pretty usual suspects in there. I love when all you guys show up to support. That's awesome. And I love how you're chatting amongst yourselves, and this is a good community we've built, and it's awesome. Definitely wouldn't have it any other way. So let's go ahead and dive into this puppy. I think we're gonna start off. I'm gonna start off by talking about the characters in this movie, and if I love them, hate them, or if they really didn't serve a purpose in this movie whatsoever. Obviously, the main one, the main protagonist, the only protagonist besides Rachel that anybody gives a shit about, Laurie Strode. Total 180 from 78 to 2018 for damn sure. This girl, in 78's version, was shy, backwards, didn't have any faith in herself at all. And then Michael Myers came in and made her dig deep down inside of herself to prove, that she could do it, and she could fight through it and persevere and whatnot, and she did. And then this version, total PTSD. Opposite of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 Laurie with PTSD, who was like tripping balls and shit, seeming like she was on acid and having them weird hallucinations and shit. This one, PTSD wise, she was traumatized. She's an alcoholic. The one deleted scene, they didn't put it in the movie. She was gonna, before Aaron, and damn it, come on, investigative journalist. Why am her name's escaping me? Dana. Yeah, when Aaron and Dana came there, she was about to kill herself right before they knocked on the door, but they happened to knock or ring the buzzer or whatever, and then she decided not to do it. She's dealing with some shit. That's 40 years later, and she's still obsessed with Michael Myers and the fact that he's coming to get her, which, of course, they had to transfer him that night. You know what I mean? Chris Snyder, you're crazy, man. Of course, they got to transfer him on Halloween. There'd be, no movie without that cliche horror movie trope in there. They couldn't have moved them on, November 1st or anything like that. And then Michael would have looked at the calendar and realized, shit, it's November 1st. I'm just going to chill now. Screw that. But no, to move them on Halloween or, oh, no, my bad. The day before Halloween. My bad. Sorry. So Laurie's dealing with that shit. She's at the freaking, watching him get removed from the sanitarium to be taken to the other one. Her character is just physically and mentally broken from the events of 1978, and obviously it affected her with her marriages, with Allison, her granddaughter, with her daughter Karen. It's just everything crumbled apart because Michael Myers took precedence over everything else that was going on in her life. And that's pretty much what Laurie is in this. I mean, she's a fighter still, that's for sure, but this is more of a Sarah Connor type of person, with her arsenal of weapons and her fortress. I can't say that I like this version of Laurie. It's okay. I kind of prefer H2O's version of Laurie. It seems more realistic, and what would actually happen if that kind of stuff did happen to you. But for the sake of this movie, they had to go this route because she's been waiting for him, like she said in the trailer. He's been waiting for me. I've been waiting for him. So she had to be kind of freaking armed up and ready to rock and roll there with all her preparations. Like she's getting ready for war. Her daughter, Karen, played by Judy Greer. Jason, Nike, what's going on? And don't you disrespect Halloween H2O, sir. I speak very highly of that film. No, I'm just kidding, Jason. We all got our opinions. Ain't no big deal. But I didn't, like most people, I didn't really like her daughter, Karen. I don't know if it was the fact that Judy Greer just didn't, I don't know, if she didn't put her whole heart into the role, if that was just the way that she happened to be. I wasn't a huge fan of her whatsoever, and I know a lot of the Halloween viewing audience didn't like her too much either. I would have preferred to stick with the John from Halloween H2O, to be honest with you. But we couldn't because they got rid of that sequel. But definitely I would have rather had John than Karen. I love John in H2O. There's really nothing in this movie that makes me like Karen except for the ending scene when she fakes out Michael. But other than that, I don't think that's enough to redeem her character in this movie. She hates Halloween. She wears Christmas sweaters. She's super, obviously she doesn't want to work anything out with Lori. She doesn't want to believe Lori. Doesn't let Allison, for the most part, mingle with her grandmother. And it's just not a character that I enjoy whatsoever, to be honest with you guys. As we know, her husband, the fantastic Mr. Ray. And if you look at the credits for this movie, Ray and Karen got two separate names. I don't know why they wrote it like that, but they do in the credits. So I thought that was kind of weird. But Ray's played by Toby Huss. I know he was in a movie that came out not too long ago. Was it the Rental? I think he was in. I believe he was in that movie. Oh, Miss Carter, got it now. For some reason, I had in my head you were talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween. Nope. I used to love Rob Zombie's Halloween, but not so much anymore. As I grew up, I didn't kind of drifted away from that one a lot, actually. Oh, man, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat don't like Karen's character either, so I guess I'm not alone. She's a frustrating character. The way she was written, it didn't work for me at all. And her husband, Ray, that has the famous line that, he's trying to catch them mice underneath his sink. But nobody likes that line for some reason, you know what I mean? Oh, man, I got peanut butter on my penis. It ain't that big a deal. People don't like it. I know if I had a daughter, I wouldn't really say that in front of her either, but it didn't bother me as much as all these other people that it bothered them. It's just one stupid line he said. He really wasn't necessary to be in this movie anyway. I think they should have just went with Karen as a single mother and ignored Ray at all, period. He shouldn't even have been in this movie. The only reason he was kind of in this movie was because he knew Cameron's dad, Lonnie, from 1978. That was like the only reason that Ray was in this movie. But like I said, I didn't mind his character. It's just that he didn't have really a point in the movie. He seemed like a cool dad. I mean, if my dad said that to me, I'd be like, I'd find it funny. But a lot of people hated it and hated him. He's a good guy. It's Ray, man. He's got a little bit of peanut butter on his penis. Ain't no big deal. If he had a dog, that problem would have been solved. But obviously, they didn't have any dogs to lick that peanut butter off. Actually, I'm hoping this next character evolves more in the next two movies, which I do think she'll have a big role in Halloween Kills and Ends. Talking about Allison, played by Andy Matichak. I was a huge Allison fan. I am. She's kind of like Lori from 1978. She's the bookworm. Kind of seems to have like a good girl kind of vibe going on. Very, very easy on the eyes. That's for sure. So only thing I really didn't like about her was her scream. I found her scream kind of annoying. I mean, it was a good scream, I guess, but I don't know. It annoyed me for some reason. But I did like her character. She wasn't around too much. She didn't really have that much to do besides going to the dance with Cameron and, you know what I mean? And walking home with Oscar. She really didn't have a primitive role in this movie. But I guarantee that Allison, I don't know if they're going to pass the torch to Allison or what they're going to do. But she's going to have a bigger role. It might not be in Kills because that might be building up the other characters like Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace and Marion Chamber and all those people coming back. Might have to save her for Halloween Ends, and then she might be the, the big time, like the hero in that movie. But we will have to see. What do you guys think? You guys think Allison's going to have a bigger role in this movie? Yeah, that's what it's looking in the chat. Look at Brett saying Karen dies and Laurie trains Allison to kill Michael. I could see that happening. I could see it. Laurie needs, maybe this next movie, Allison's in the hospital a lot with her grandma and teaching her what she needs to do about it. And like I said, I'm just hoping Allison is involved a lot more because I really, really enjoyed her character a lot. Another character that I enjoyed a hell of a lot, Deputy Hawkins, played by Will Patton. Will Patton's a great actor. He was a great fit in the role of Deputy Hawkins. I believe that he should have been the sheriff of this town. Obviously, he was more competent than the sheriff that they had. Oh, Frank Riker says, "What if Lonnie was Allison's father and not Ray, only to be revealed in Ends?" I mean, that could be, since Lonnie's probably going to be in the next movie. I mean, that might come out. It might. I don't really know if that would change anything, except for maybe she might like Lonnie a lot better, and then she couldn't date Cameron because that would be her brother, half brother, so that would be kind of gross. So good thing they didn't do anything nasty. Oh, Chris Snyder's definitely going to be a manhunt. That's for damn sure in Halloween Kills, and I can't wait. Isn't it weird that we would be going to see Halloween Kills this Friday? This Friday, October 16th, we would be going to see Halloween Kills. But instead, we got to wait till next year, so I guess we just got to suck it up. We are getting a Jimmy Champagne fan film that he just put a teaser out for that explains nothing in the teaser at all. I don't even know what it's teasing, but it does come out October 16th, and I ain't going to lie, I'm going to watch it. So if you didn't see a teaser for that, definitely check it out. It's really short, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really show anything. It was made on like no budget whatsoever, so who knows how good it's going to be, but Jimmy Champagne puts out pretty damn good videos over there, so definitely keep an eye out for that. It comes out this Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, don't understand what it's going to be about, but it's Jimmy Champagne, so I'm going to watch it. Okay, like I said, Allison, we might as well jump into her. We got Deputy Hawkins, so he was the arresting officer in 78, which we already know. Like I said, he just took up the mantle of trying to find Michael Myers, and he wasn't having no shit. He wasn't having shit about it, you know what I mean? He saw Michael, hit him with a freaking Jeep. He wasn't there to arrest Michael. He was there to kill Michael. Because he knows what he can do and how dangerous he is. And he was trying to stop him, but the sheriff was, you know what I mean? He didn't do a damn thing. Speaking of the sheriff, Sheriff Barker, played by Omar Dorsey, he pretty much did nothing. He babysat Dr. Sartain for a little bit and said a line that I actually like a lot. Michael Myers and a bunch of nutbags running loose in Haddonfield. What are we going to do? Cancel Halloween? You would think that he would cancel Halloween since Michael Myers escaped a mental institution and he killed people on, what's that Halloween? What's that holiday? Oh, wait, Halloween. So, yeah, he's a terrible sheriff. He should have maybe he should have switched roles and been the deputy maybe or something, because he didn't fit the role of a sheriff at all. He didn't do anything. So it was kind of a lack of a character, to be honest. Miss Carter says, wish you could get Drum Dums to participate. In my mind, he is the authority on all Halloween movies. Yeah, our boy Lee's, he knows all about that shit. He loves him some Halloween. And Ashley Morrow is sad that we're not going to see Halloween this weekend. I am so sad. Yes, Chris Snyder says F Sheriff Barker. Because he was pointless. He did nothing except for give one funny line that for some reason I walk around the house saying that all day long. And now my son says it too because he thinks it's funny. As we continue down the character list, the friends of Allison, we got Vicky, played by Virginia Gardner, and we had Dave, played by Miles Robbins. Yeah, they were kind of just like stereotypical friends, really. They didn't really have a prominent role except for Vicky was a babysitter and Dave was her boyfriend. They didn't really do anything. Their dialogue, they didn't have too much of. And they were just there to be killed pretty much. Except for Dave was killed off screen, which sucked because his death looked pretty wicked. And he's too busy in the damn garage revving up the freaking motorcycle in the middle of the night that nobody hears. I think Michael would have just killed him out in the garage as he's revving up a bike, but I forgot he's upstairs in Jolien's closet. How long has he been hanging out in his closet? And why was he hanging out in his closet? There was no reason for Michael to be in the closet. Why was he at that house? But that's the mystery of Michael Myers. No rhyme or reason. He's not after his sister. He's just doing what he's doing. Chris Snyder says, I really like Vicky. I didn't mind Vicky. I didn't. She seemed like a fun babysitter. Her and Jolien's chemistry were great. I did like that. Goodbye. They talk like typical kids conversation on the phone. So just they seem like they were really, truly the age that they were supposed to be. And like I said, Miles, Dave, he pretty much didn't do anything. He was dressed up as I don't even know. What was he, a scarecrow or something? And then he got killed. So, no depth of character there. They were just there to be killed. You know, speaking of Jolien, a lot of people don't like Jolien. His comedy was misplaced. It was ill-timed. Dave, I never had babysitters like that either, my friend. I wish I did. Jolien, the comedy, I didn't mind. I did not mind the comedy whatsoever. I mean, it was getting a little bit much. But kids today say some crazy ass shit, so everything that he was saying is not a problem. See? Chris Snyder likes Jolien too. I didn't mind. I did not mind Jolien whatsoever. Except he's running down the stairs and says, "Go, Dave, you're gonna die." I mean, I probably wouldn't have said that, but it's just funny. It didn't affect me. It didn't ruin the movie for me. It did ruin the movie for a lot of other people. It's just a funny kid. What do you want from a kid actor who's just saying funny things? I mean, that's something shouldn't be taken too serious at all. But I definitely did like him. We had Cameron Elam, which is obviously Allison's boyfriend, Lonnie Elam's son. His only role in this movie was to be a dickhead. He treated Allison like shit, pretty much. Getting drunk at that party. I wouldn't be up clipping my nasty ass toenails if I had a good babysitter. I'd be in bed. I thought we were cool. But I don't know. I like Jolien. And I can see that audience like Jolien too, so I like it. Chris Snyder. I'm going to show him your browser here, so you better not. Yes, Frank Riker is exactly right. I think we all can agree the H-18 trailer revealed too much. It did. The Vicky closet scene was totally ruined. They showed literally the whole thing in the trailer. They should have cut that out of the trailer, and it would have actually been kind of scary a little bit, like a jump scare or something. Instead, they show you the thing, and then obviously you know what's going to happen before you know she's going to die. So you're like, you don't care about Vicky the whole way through, really. Because the moment you see her, you know she's going to die. So it's like, I'm not going to get attached to her, so fuck her, you know? I don't care about her. Another guy, what do you guys think about Oscar? I thought he was annoying. Except for whenever he kissed Cameron's face and said, kissed him with them chapped lips and said, "Oh, a little piece of me to go with you all day." That's nasty, man. I don't want nobody kissing me with no chapped lips, getting all crusties on there. I mean, Oscar pretty much was there to try to pick up Allison after Cameron was a dick, but obviously it did not work. Tried to freaking kiss Allison on the way home, and then she was like, "Peace out, bitch. Peace out." He was like, "I had all these girls feeding me guacamole in all these sexy ways." Why are all these girls feeding you guacamole, dude? You're not even no offense, you're not even a good looking dude. So what girls are feeding you guacamole? And why are they not feeding me guacamole? That's what I want to know. Oscar, yeah, I'll Destiny, I'll get to that. I'll get to that death a little bit. A little bit later, I'll be getting to the Oscar scene. Because that was one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. No doubt about it. Who else we got? Oh, I forgot. In the beginning of the movie, we had Dana and Aaron. I know a lot of people really like them, and they wanted them to live throughout this whole movie. Honestly, I don't want to be rude, but I didn't like their accents really. So it was fine when they got killed. They were just there. They were there acting like they cared, to get Lori and Michael together to, get her face to face and get it come out in the open and be clean. That's not what it was, man. That's not what it was. They were there to make some cash and shit, and that was all there was to it. They're rolling up with the $3,000 in cash, and that freaking gate opens faster than anything. As soon as somebody said $3,000, I'm like, get the hell in here. Lori didn't give $3,000 worth of freaking dialogue or anything to them, but she still got paid. And then she gave that money to Allison, but she still got paid. I did like their scene at the mental institution. You didn't know if Aaron and Dana were a thing or not. The one deleted scene, they were showering together, so obviously you knew they were a thing. Honestly, if they would have kept that aspect in the movie, it would have you would have felt a little bit more whenever he was choking out freaking Dana while Aaron was still kind of alive, seeing the love of his life getting choked to death. It would have had a little bit more, emotion behind it. But they cut that out, so you didn't know what they were. So they were just two investigative journalists getting killed. And I was fine with it. Let's see. Frank Riker says, the one thing about Halloween franchise that I have a problem with is that Laurie seems just as invincible as Michael, where she is almost expected. That is true. It does seem like she can never die. I kind of get that vibe also from Scream with Sidney Prescott. Her and Laurie's characters are very, very similar. Like, them two will never die. And that they can always outlast the evil and always fight and always win. Personally, I think both of them being the heroine, it will be coming to an end. Because I think they both are going to die in their respective franchises. Whether Laurie, Chris Snyder, I had to say it, I still think she's going to die. I'm just saying. If they're going to make 3 more Scream movies, supposedly, she ain't making it out of all 3. I don't think. And I don't think Laurie's going to make it out of these ones either. And I know a lot of people don't want Sydney to die, but that's just my personal opinion that I don't care. And I don't really care if Laurie dies, and I know a lot of people feel that way. We've had Laurie long enough coming back to the franchise over and over and over again. 20 years, 40 years. Miss Carter, she did die in Resurrection, but this movie eliminated that from existence, so that never happened. So she was still alive. She'd had a very unceremonial death in Resurrection anyway, so that never should have counted. That was terrible. They did her dirty, just like they did Rachel dirty. It's just not right. Let me see. Oh, my bad. I forgot to mention my favorite character, guys. I can't believe it. My man, Dr. Sartain, baby. Oh my gosh, do I love Dr. Sartain. He is awesome. They didn't need no damn Dr. Loomis in this movie. We had Dr. Sartain. His awesome accent. I studied under Loomis. Dude, you are better than Loomis, man. I don't care what anybody says. Man, I wish Dr. Sartain was my doctor. Yeah, damn, Brett. Why is Brett calling me out on my own show? I am lying. I'm lying. Dr. Sartain was terrible. The plot twist with him was terrible. We thought when it first kind of began, we kind of thought he was going to go down the Dr. Loomis path, but then it quickly flipped 180, and yeah, I don't really want to talk about Dr. Sartain at all. Destiny, you know I'm joking. Dr. Sartain's like one of the worst characters ever in this franchise, but I'm not even going to go on any more about him. But there's one character in this movie that I am forgetting, and I can't remember his name. Oh shit, what's his name, dude? You guys know his name? He wears the freaking like mechanic's jumpsuit and wears a white mask. I think Jason. Jason, right? Jason Voorhees, and then he invades people in their dreams and rides a killer shark that shoots lasers. And he battles against possessed unicorns. Michael Myers? Jason? Nah, fuck it, I'm talking about Michael Myers. The freaking man. Michael Myers is the shit in this movie. Played by James Jude Courtney, who did a hell of a fine job. And I'm not going to say where he ranks on my list of Myers, because that will be coming up very, very soon. And I can't wait to talk about that. What's Frank Riker saying up here? It's a big, long one, man. I still say Tommy needs to kill Michael because it started with him and it should end with him. The boogeyman fucked him up. I bet Laurie throws up the bat light in the sky. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly right, Mr. Frank. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Tommy Doyle is Batman. And it's not the actual bat this time. It's actually baseball bat. That's why he has it in the promo photos, you know? Because he's the Batman. He's going to go up to Michael and try to hit a home run, you know? But Michael's throwing curveballs and Michael's throwing knuckleballs and shit. So this is not Tom. I don't think Tommy might get some shots in. Anthony Michael Hall I think he's going to be killer at that role. I think he's going to dominate that fucking role. I'm telling you. People wanted Paul Rudd back, but why? It wouldn't have been the same Paul Rudd, so I'm fine with this. Let's just keep moving along here, guys. I love the talking in the chat. This is awesome. This is probably one of my most successful live I've had so far, so I appreciate everyone that's here hanging out tonight. Open the movie. We got the awesome sanitarium scene, the freaking setup like a checkerboard. You got the ticking clock. You got the music playing. It's after you see that freaking Universal logo and shit and that music playing. When I went to see this in theaters, man, as soon as the Universal logo and the Blumhouse stuff came on, I had freaking goosebumps. The whole beginning of that movie. I've been waiting for this for a long time. And to be there watching an opening night was sensational. The sanitarium scene was awesome. Seeing Michael out there as the freaking leader on that checkerboard. All those other freaking locked up mental patients looked up to Michael. They knew what he was and that he was kind of their leader, but he didn't have to speak for them to follow him and feel his power. And whenever Aaron pulls out that damn mask and all those people start freaking out. The dog's barking, getting louder and louder. And my boy, Figaro. Another guy freaking moaning, playing with them chains and shit. Oh, shit. It gave Frank Riker chills, too. It was incredible. And then he just yells, say something so damn loud. And then the freaking revamped Halloween 2018 theme kicks in with the inflatable pumpkin that matches the one from the original. I was hooked on this movie. Hooked. And I probably would have loved this movie no matter what happened, to be honest with you. It was incredible. I know everybody loves when he pulls out that mask. It's probably one of the best parts. Look at my boy Chris Snyder. All of us Stream Demons have something special to bring to the table. I guess I try to be the funny one. I try to sing, which I sing every live stream for some reason. I think that's because of Ashley, because I did it once and now she expects it every damn time. But I'll keep doing it. If you guys want to see it, I'll do it. Continuing along here, we get the bus crash scene. Did Laurie cause the bus crash? Did Dr. Sartain loosen up Michael's chains to cause the bus crash? We don't know. It's left to be a mystery, but it would have been awesome if it was Laurie that accidentally crashed that bus. But we shall never know. Okay. Chris Snyder's going to let me be the singing one. That's fine. So, yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if Laurie did it, but Sartain obviously caused it because he wanted to see Michael out in the wild doing his thing. But the two characters that I didn't like, I don't know how you guys feel about them in the chat, was the dancing kid and his dad. I don't know. I didn't like their characters at all. I don't know why they were going hunting at... I don't even know what time that was supposed to be. Obviously, it was late at night, like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Why they were going hunting when he wanted to... He's like, I want to go to dance class, Dad. I like hunting with you, but I'm into this dance thing right now, and we better turn around. It's jazz night tonight. It's jazz. Dude, I'd have let Michael kill that damn kid. I'd have been like, hey, oh, of course Destiny likes the dancing kid. I'd have been like, hey, son, you want to go check out that crashed bus while I wait in here? I mean, if you don't come back in 5 minutes, I'm bouncing. But Michael killed his first kid, so... Oh, Chris Snyder, why you like that kid? Why does everybody like the kid? I didn't like the kid. A pole dancing dad. When Michael took the kid out, I was fine with it. I like the deaths at that scene because you just walk up on those police officer or the guards that were in the bus, and you walk up on the dad, and they're freaking all bent and all freaking deformed in all kinds of ways that we didn't get to see. So we just have to, do what Dave McRae always says. What happened here that this is the end result? That's what you have to do. You just have to use your imagination to... Oh, my bad, guys. I did forget this, Brett. I'm sorry. And also, as Michael Myers, we had Nick Castle. He was only in one scene, so, I mean, it was cool. He was pretty much just there for a cameo because this was definitely James Jude Courtney's movie to own as Michael Myers. And he did a damn good job. You definitely could tell that this was the same guy from 1978. No doubt about it. He did a hell of a job. And I don't really think anybody can disagree that if this movie sucked, it was not James Jude Courtney's fault as Michael Myers, because he did a damn fantastic job. The gas station scene. Yes, we've seen gas station scenes before. We've had it in H2O. We've had it in Rob Zombie's Halloween. And we get it a third time in this one. I enjoyed this one. I did. I liked whenever Aaron was getting his ass slammed against the wall and then slammed against the freaking stall door. But my question to that is, Why wouldn't Dana have ran out of there whenever he had freaking Aaron in the corner? I mean, he might be your boyfriend or whatever, but you're gonna die if you stay. So I'd have bounced, rolled under that door, and out the door. But no, she hangs around, tries to get a crowbar, and then Michael's like, "Bitch, you're dead." I can't say that I was hurt. I didn't mind it at all. Either one of their deaths. Yeah. And then one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie, when he goes out to the trunk of that car, looks in that, sees his mask in that bag, pulls it out, slowly puts it on, and slams the hood of that car, and you hear the infamous breathing, and you see it through the rear windshield. Oh shit! I've been trying to recreate that scene. I wanted to film that as a skit for you guys, but only problem is I don't have a car. I got an SUV and a van, so it doesn't have the same effect as slamming down the hood, as slamming down the hatch. It takes too damn long. Good night, Miss Carter. It was cool hanging out with you. I appreciate you stopping in. It was so. I mean, when he got his mask back for the first time in 40 years, more chill bumps. As Brett says, scene gave me chills and put it exactly. I felt the same way. I thought I was the only nerd that felt that way. I guess I'm not. Oh, what's Frank saying now? Wait, what about the elusive alternate ending we will never get to see until the 50th anniversary box set comes out? I hated the Blu-ray didn't come with the movie extras like commentary. I was wondering, I was going to ask you guys that. Do you guys think that we might get something like that? I heard a rumor that we might get the alternate ending, either Halloween or the 16th or whatever. Since we ain't getting Halloween Kills, they wanted to give something. They said possibly giving us the alternate ending so we could take a look at what that was like with, I guess it was like a knife fight between Michael and Laurie, and then Michael getting shot with a crossbow, I think, and then walking in the woods and sitting down on a stump. I mean, that's a different Michael's job skill. I killed Laurie, and I'm going to go freaking relax over here until I bleed out from this crossbow. That's a different. I mean, we ain't never seen Michael really sit down. So, I mean, I'd love to see it. I don't know if we're going to get a poster. I don't know if we're going to get a teaser, a sizzle. I mean, they don't really owe us shit, to be honest with you, because it's obviously a business. It's about making the cash paper, but I think they could just give us a little nugget. Give us something little. I mean, we're supposed to get the movie. We're supposed to be enjoying it. I think that's the least they could do. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I know they don't want to give a lot away like the last time that ruined everything. That's right, Frank. On the 16th, we'll get the news. We'll never get the ending. That would not shock me one bit. Ah, shit. Halloween atmosphere in this movie. Oh, shit, I forgot. I forgot one of my favorite scenes, actually. Oh, man. The freaking, the one cut scene, or the scene that they wanted to make it seem like it was one cut. Have a good night, Frank. You the man. Oh, no, Frank ain't leaving. Jason's leaving. See you, Jason. Have a good one, my man. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, brother. Stream demons, baby. That freaking one-shot scene when he goes in, runs into those two kids. Oh, sorry, Buster. First off, what kid says Buster? I never heard no kid say Buster when he runs into somebody. Nowadays, the kid would probably run into you and be like, dude, get the fuck out of my way. That'd have been more realistic. You bump into Michael and say, get the fuck out of the way. Am I right? But he walks down there, gets playing that awesome Halloween music. Ooh, grabs that hammer. Goes and doesn't like ham sandwiches, so he kills Mrs. Elrod. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, mister. I like Buster, so we're going to go with that. Chris Snyder. Is that okay if I say sorry, Buster? I think it sounds funny, so I'm going to go with that. I think he did, Chris, but I like Buster. I don't know why. He freaking Beats the shit out of her. We don't get to see that one either. But you get to hear the blows from the hammer, and you get to see the aftermath on the table. And then we're all thinking, damn, is he going to kill that baby? Oh, Chris Snyder says that's cool. I appreciate that. Then I'm going to go with, sorry, Buster. You think he's going to kill that little baby. I mean, I personally didn't, but other people did. He's like, maybe I should give that baby a binky or something. Screw it. Go over to Marion Singh's house. Well, that's her name in real life. I don't know. I know her name in the movie. I don't think she had one. And he freaking comes up behind her. Boom! Smashes her head off the table and stabs her through the throat. Badass. I love that one pan shot. He thought he was going to kill them too. That nurse and her boyfriend or whatever. Nope. JLC did the noises for the baby. But that freaking Chris Knight, that whole sequence was badass. I couldn't go without mentioning that at all. Halloween atmosphere in this. I mean, we got the decorations and whatnot. We got the Halloween dance. Really, there really isn't too much stuff that screams Halloween. But this late in the franchise, I think we kind of get the hint that this movie takes place on Halloween. So I don't think they really need to force feed that shit down our throats anymore. It's never going to be a Halloween 4. So that ain't going to happen. But it does make me feel like we're in like a Haddonfield town. They don't show this like huge freaking, huge ass town. So I get the feel that we're in like this Midwestern small suburban town. A scene that I would have liked to see in this movie that got taken out was they were having like a parade. It might have been like homecoming or something. And they were cheering down the street. We are Haddonfield, couldn't be prouder. You know what they sang from 1978, the cheerleaders? They took it out of the movie for some reason. I think it was a deleted scene. But I think that would have fit in there pretty good too. It would have been a subtle callback to 1978, not like in your face like the other 20, nods to the fans that were in the movie. One nod that I saw immediately, but I haven't. People probably have noticed it before, but from H2O, the car that Jamie Lee Curtis was driving, the GMC Jimmy. If you look in the garage scene, it was the car that was lifted up on the like the jack thing, and that was the brown GMC Jimmy, just like in Halloween H2O. I thought that was pretty cool. That was a super subtle one that a lot of people wouldn't pay any attention to. But when I looked in the background and saw that, I knew immediately that was from H2O. And I thought that was a nice, subtle way to throw in an Easter egg that most people wouldn't catch because they aren't looking at the cars in the background. I already talked about this scene, so I'm going to skip it. The one about Vicky and the babysitting scene. No point to talk about it because it was ruined, obviously. They showed too much in the trailer. It got ruined. Nobody cared. It was over. Laurie meets Sartain. Oh, you're the new Loomis. Yeah, he's the new Loomis, but he's really a dickhead who's only here to get Michael Myers and her to fight, I guess. So he can see what they'll do when they confront each other. Like, what's he think it's going to be? Like King Kong versus Godzilla or something? It ain't going to be that many fireworks, man. I don't, all this just to see that. To put all these innocent people's lives at risk just to see something like that. He's not much of a doctor. He's just there for personal, whatever vendetta he has. Is it the doll in the room upstairs? Chris Snyder? That's a good one. I did not notice that. There's just so many in there to get lost. The scene that pisses everybody off. It don't matter if you love this movie like I do or you hate it. This scene is probably one of the worst. The stupid Sartain twist. When he freaking kills Deputy Hawkins, or what we think he kills Deputy Hawkins, you were like, what the fuck? Are you serious? When he stabbed him in the neck with that goofy ass looking thing. Looked like he was getting ready to roast some weenies. That he just happened to have that. Where's the campfire? Sartain even watched her from the bushes, that creep. I watched her take a shower outside of a barbed wire fence. It's so, and then he Dr. Sartain puts on the mask and stands in front of the headlights. Like, what the hell is that? I don't know, Brett. I don't know. He should be dead because he got stabbed in the neck and ran over by a Jeep. So, and by the time any authorities would get to him, it would be way too late. He has to be coming back in flashbacks or something because there's no way. If he survived, he's just as tough as freaking Michael Myers then, I guess. But another thing, how did Dr. Sartain make room for my patient? How did he have enough strength to freaking carry Michael to throw him in the back seat? Get out of here with that shit, man. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. Frank, is that serious? Is that real, Frank? I don't know. You're always joking around half the time, so I don't even know. Is that true? I also think the pumpkins had thorns carved in their eyes. I honestly didn't notice that one. Yeah, Chris Slane, that's what I said. It's gonna be Laurie and Hawkins like sharing a room, maybe reminiscing about the time they had sex and had a baby. You know? Oh yeah, that's a little fun fact for you to know. They hooked up. Allison is actually Deputy Hawkins' daughter. Boom. Blow your mind. Oh, I did not know that, Frank. I'm going to have to definitely look back at that. I don't really like The Curse of Michael Myers, so I probably would bypass any of that. So, besides John Strode's death, which is amazing. But the Dr. Sartain twist was a shitty-ass way to go. I don't know who thought that idea up at all, but they should get rid of it. They should get rid of that part and just find another way. Because the only reason Sartain was in this movie was to somehow drive Michael almost the whole way to Laurie's house. Because otherwise, Michael was never going there. Because he had no intentions of following or finding Laurie Strode. This wasn't Halloween 2 Michael Myers where he's walking to the hospital down the freaking sidewalk. No, this is 2018. They're not related. He doesn't care enough to follow her at all. So the only reason he was in this movie was to put the mask on and look like an idiot and get his fucking head stomped, which I love very, very much. When Michael freaking wakes up and you hear the breathing and he kicks the shit out of him in the back of that cop car and drags his ass out while he's still saying, say something. And Michael says something, all right, with his foot in his face. The Viagra gave him the power. All the blood rushed to his dick. Yeah, I was glad Michael took him out, and no way in hell that Sartain's ever coming back. That's not happening. He dead. His head, the insides of his head are now on the outside. Michael, smashed his head like a fucking pumpkin. I could see the pumpkins in the trailer. Man, I gotta go watch the trailer for this when I'm done with you guys. That's when Allison escapes and Michael just looks at her and he's like, oh, damn, she's cute, but I don't feel like chasing her. You ever see American History X? Yeah, put your mouth on that curb so I can curb stomp the shit out of you. That's a really good movie, by the way, Chris Snyder. I love me some American History X. Wow. That movie's amazing. I think we need to watch that movie as a country and stop hating each other and then realizing that we don't have to hate each other even if we're different. Oh man, not the sentimental path again. I did that the last time. But once again, everybody don't gotta hate each other. Come on. We're all freaking humans, you know what I mean? We're all here together. Might as well have a good time while we're here. Live it up. Be nice to everybody, which is probably never going to happen, but we could hope. Just have a damn good time. Watch some horror movies. Watch other people get killed that ain't real. and just live life, Live life. Have a good time. Don't stress out. Don't worry about stuff. No, no, no. No, Chris Snyder, you're cool, man. It's good to have a sentimental part once in a while. You're good. All right, what else we got? We already talked about the alternate ending, so I ain't going to talk about that. Now, 55 seconds into the trailer for anybody that wants to check that out. Thank you, Frank Riker. I am going to look at that as soon as I'm done with the stream because I have no idea. Oh, the last act of this movie. The build-up that we've all been waiting for when Michael finally gets there and he rings the buzzer and frickin' dumbass Ray, who's done nothing this whole movie, lets them right in and then goes out. I guess he didn't think the cops would get out of the car and walk up to the house, so he had to go check on them. Oh, man. Christopher Nelson, who made the mask, he's in there. His head's cut into a pumpkin with the flashlight sticking out of it. Badass. That's amazing. I wish I had that on my shelf back there because I love the way it looks. And then Michael comes up holding them damn jingle bells. I don't know where he got them from. Must have been one of Laurie's things in case somebody comes in, trips the bells, ding, 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 chokes the shit. That's kind of a dumb way for Ray to go. He got choked out by bells because they needed more cowbell. Ding, ding, ding. But we didn't like Ray anyway, so I'm sure nobody gave a damn when he died, which obviously people were all stressed out at the end. Allison and Karen were doing other things. They weren't really worried about Ray, but it's kind of like they forgot about him. Dude, interviewing Christopher Nelson was awesome. I know he was on with Wham and stuff. That was awesome. The Thing with Two Heads, their podcast or whatever, that's pretty good stuff over there too, man. But that final scene when Michael's banging the shit out of Laurie against the wall, she shoots his fingers off. She's one tough old broad. I ain't even playing. And damn. He freaking shoots him. She gets down to the basement, man, standing at the top of the steps. Shh, looking all tough, badass, even though she just got she probably got a concussion now. She don't even know what house she's in. She thinks she's back in the hospital, Haddonfield Memorial, back in Halloween 2. Go down to that stupid thing. Michael probably wouldn't have known they were even down there if she didn't shoot through the floor. No point to do that. You can't see where he is up above you. So why shoot the floorboards, man? Come on. But I'll look past it because I love this movie. But whenever they freaking pan that one shot when Michael comes in the house and it's got like, what fingers are missing? I think it's like these ones. He's like this. Or, no, he's like this. And the freaking blood's dripping down and shit. It's incredible. The music they play, the music cues they play. See, Ashley knows they ain't never messed. Yeah, dude, Brett. That scene with the mannequins is creepy as hell. I can see why she screams. I'd be scared too because she never seen it before. So she wouldn't have known how scary that was. But it was, man. It's just on from there. Instead of Michael doing the hunting, it's Laurie doing the hunting. The roles are reversed in this. Yep, I knew Chris Snyder was going with that one. They had more important shit to deal with. I knew that was coming. I respect your decision, my man. Just the way she hunts him down and closes all those rooms off that he cannot get back into or get out of. And then whenever he's hiding with it in the mannequin room behind the mannequins, I can never find him. I'm always looking. Even though I know where he's going to come from, I still can't see him back there. But I love it. I love that scene. I love everything about this third act. Whenever he freaking tosses her ass over the balcony and then looks over and she's gone. And then you think they're going to mourn his death? I don't. Yeah, they might bring it up, but I think that's going to be about it. Real quick. They won't have much time to do that. The freaking third act is just boom, 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 boom. And then it's just, I just can't say enough about this movie. I can't. I know it has its haters. I know people think it's not very good. It's middle of the pack. Not to me. Well, in my opinion, I think it's up there with the original. It's that good to me. Michael is menacing as ever in this movie. He's brutal. He's taking a beating, but he keeps on going. Keeps on going. I mean, that whenever he goes downstairs, he knocks that freaking island over. Freaking, that's how powerful he is. And then that's the only redeeming quality of Karen. I can't do it. Gotcha. Shoots him in the face. Like, you have his whole body. His whole body. And you managed to shoot him like right here. Dude, aim a little better. You could have shot him right in the head, and that would have been the end of the game. But that's not the direction they wanted to go, because they knew they were making more. And then the stupid dark room. Oh, here comes Lori. Happy Halloween, Michael. I've been standing here for the past 15 minutes waiting for you to be in this exact spot so I can hit you, stab you, and hit you in the face with this cast iron frying pan that I got on an infomercial for $19.99. Nothing sticks to it, Michael. Not even your fucking head. He falls down in the basement and then he does the infamous sit-up that James Jude Courtney does perfectly. I'm not sure if that was him, though, or a stunt guy. I thought it was James Jude Courtney, but it was badass. And when he's freaking trying to climb up them steps and he's pulling the shit out of their legs, and then Allison's cutting his hands and shit, and he's grunting and moaning. And then they pull the lever and the freaking bars come across, man. When I was in theaters, that's sick, man. I was about to cry. That's not normal. That's not right. You're crying when a serial killer is going to get killed. I was like, damn, they're going to end this movie after that's what we're going to get. It's over. No more. Nah. It makes too much money, baby. Let me see. Frank Riker. The problem with half the fans of Halloween is those who believe it should have continued as a franchise versus those who don't mind remakes or retellings. So it wasn't him sitting up. That's what I thought. I remember hearing that from somebody. Okay, then that was right. I don't know what kind of Halloween fan I am, Frank. I'm kind of the kind of guy that how Dave McRae always says they're happy if a fucking sequel comes out, even if it's shitty. I mean, I don't want it to be shitty, obviously, but I don't want them to stop making them either. I'm fine if they finish this storyline and maybe pick up on something fresh and something new with the same Michael Myers but different other characters. I'm fine with that. I just like seeing Michael on the big screen. I mean, he's been what he's been. I loved him since I was a kid and part of my childhood, and I dig it so much. But when they set him on fire, he's just standing there in the flames like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep looking at you bitches. You didn't think you beat me. You didn't think you beat me, but you didn't. Somehow he's going to get out of that basement, and we're going to find out how next year. I'm hoping COVID don't ruin that, because I don't want them to push it back another year. So hopefully we get it when it's supposed to come out next in 2021. I'm hoping. Charlie Bowles, baby. Don't make me start getting into that. Over in Russellville, he got himself a hacksaw. And as he proceeded, Dr. Loomis shouldn't have interrupted him. He should have let him keep going. We could have got the deets, man. We wanted the deets. But we didn't get it. But we got row 18, plot 20, Judith Myers. We got that. I wanted the Charlie Bowles story. Axe murderer from Russellville. Chris Snyder, he's not going to walk out the door. Well, probably will, but that really wouldn't make any sense because he'd have been burnt really bad by the time. I was hoping he gets out a different way, because by the time the fire trucks got there, he'd have been pretty well burned unless he was hiding in like a bathtub, or as if she maybe had like a I don't know, fireproof room down there or some shit. We shall see. I can't wait for Kills. I don't know what it's going to bring. I think it's going to bring lynch mobs. It's going to bring that Halloween 4 vibe back, where the whole town gangs up to beat Michael's ass. Yep, Charlie probably was Dr. Loomis's patient. But they don't want to. Maybe when Michael Myers' storyline is finally over, we'll get Charlie Bowles, Russellville slash. No, it couldn't be a slasher because that's with a knife. So he'd have to be like the Russellville Czar. But who knows? There's once this is over, and another director's going to come along and want to take up this mantle of Halloween, and it's going to keep going, and then it'll piss off these fans, make these fans happy, and then there's the middle fans that are like, whatever, I don't give a fuck, just put a movie out. You're never going to win with everybody for the most part. So I think people they want to make a movie, they got the funds, they got them. Go for it. What's the worst that happens? People don't like it. You're gonna make a slasher with $5 million. You're gonna make your money back anyway, so who cares? You know what I mean? But this could go. I got 2 more movies to go. Obvious remake Halloween 3. You could do that. You could remake Halloween 3. I don't think a sequel would be in the works because it's been far too long. There's a lot of avenues this could go. They'd be boring as hell, but they could make them. They could make a movie probably based just on Dr. Loomis. I've heard that before, but people probably wouldn't like it because it isn't Donald Pleasance. So, you know what I mean? It's like a lose-lose situation with some of the Halloween fans. Like the purists, like our man Dave. I hate to keep bringing up Dave McRae, but we all know how much he loves Halloween. He was happy with just one. Halloween 1978. Cut it right there. It would have been cool. I don't think it would have been talked. It would have been a classic, but I don't think it would have been talked about as much. And he would definitely not become a big of an icon as he's become with all these sequels and whatnot. Remake Halloween 5, that'd be cool. A sequel after Halloween 4. Halloween 4 was great. 5 was a shit show. So hopefully they could base one off of that. I know it's a fan film, but boys over at Phantom Empire, Sean and those boys over there got Indiegogo right now for Halloween, the Haddonfield, The Vanished. Put a little teaser out not too long ago. Looked pretty damn good. It's based on what happens after Halloween 4 because Halloween 5 was garbage. So they wanted to pay some tribute to Halloween 4. I think that's Sean's favorite Halloween movie. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go on Indiegogo. Check Haddonfield The Vanished. Go support him. He's trying to get that pumped out. I think there's 20 days left in the campaign. So if you guys are feeling froggy, go take a look. Watch the teaser. Check out their YouTube channel. They got good shit over there. Always listening to Sean and the rest of Phantom Empire whenever I'm working. So definitely give them a shout. Give them a check. It's going to be good shit. We're due for a good Halloween 5 because Halloween 4 was garbage. Make sure Rachel didn't die because we love Rachel. We do. We love Rachel. She got double scoops. Double scoops. I'm on a diet, but I'm going to go to the ice cream shop and get some 2 scoops. You don't want an oinker for a daughter, do you? She got a bagel. But Halloween 2018. It's all I can say. I know. You guys probably watched my rankings. You guys saw that I had it at... I know. I had it at number 1. I know most people hate that idea. Yeah, we know. Halloween 5, I'll watch it. Like, I'm not... it's not like Resurrection. I'm never going to watch Resurrection. But I always watch Halloween 5 if I'm doing like a marathon. Resurrection ain't happening. It's a shitty-ass movie. Shitty-ass movie. But it's no Halloween 2018. And I can't help it. I got it at number 1 in my rankings. It's my personal favorite. I'm not saying it's better than the original. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying my personal opinion, it's my favorite in the franchise. So it's, you know what I mean? 2018. What are your guys' thoughts on 2018? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is it in the middle of the pack for you guys? Where do you got that at? Because I know I disagree with a lot of Halloween fans on where I rank my movies. But that's the best part about horror and Halloween. You can put them anywhere you want because we all got different opinions, and that's the best part. And we're not going to sit here and argue with each other. We're gonna have conversations, talk about what we love, and that's all you can do. No point to be angry about it. It's just opinions. Nobody's list is number one. Damn, guys, this is a freaking, this is a blasty blast. I appreciate this. Oh man, hanging out with me tonight. Good time. Probably had like 12 people in the chat at one point. It was badass. 2018 is the best sequel. 2018 in my top 4. Frank Riker says it's in the middle, but I'm a kid of the 80s. Yeah, that would have an effect. I was born in the 80s, but I was a kid in the 90s, so I didn't have too many Halloween movies. I had H2O and Halloween 6. So you would think I'd have a sentimental to 6, but I was only 7 when that came out, so I really didn't like it that much. H2O, on the other hand, I was 10, so I was balls deep in horror by that time. So that's probably why I like H2O so much as well. Nostalgia for me. Man, coming up, obviously I haven't been pumping out as many videos for 31 Days of Mars as I would have hoped because, I mean, working long hours and freaking hanging with the kids and with the wife every day, it's kind of hard for me to put up reviews and stuff, but I should have some more content coming soon. I got a Psycho review coming out. Should be out tomorrow. Yeah, Chris, I know you can't tell me yet. I'll be watching your review. I got a Psycho review coming out. What else I got going on? I got a review coming out for 2019's Haunt, which was a badass flick. Definitely check that out. I got another live Faccmonster Live episode 7 coming out next Wednesday, where I am bringing on fellow stream demon Filthy Dan from Filthy Dan's Film Discussions. We're going to be doing a little top 10 of the Halloween variety, because what else am I going to talk about? I'm a baby Halloween channel. If I could have one walk-on role on one Halloween movie, which would it be? Damn. Damn, that's a good question. I love 2018, but I don't know if that would be the one I would choose. Man, a walk-on role. Probably H2O. Probably H2O. That cast was amazing. I mean, we had LL Cool J, Josh Hartnett. We had Janet Leigh, the beloved Janet Leigh, Jamie Lee's mom, Jamie Lee Curtis, Adam Arkin. The dude from Jumanji, Michelle Williams, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe. I'd have to probably go with Halloween H2O. Nostalgia for me and all them characters. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But yeah, so definitely, like I said, stay tuned for more content. I know my live shows don't last as long as other people's do, but like I said, I get tired after dealing with all these kids all day long and working. I don't know how these people could stay up all hours of the night. Because, I mean, if I could come on at 8 o'clock, I would. Peace out, Brett. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate that. All right. If you were a character, Matt, would you like to be killed by Michael or survive him? As much as I love Michael, I'd probably want him to kill me. Kill me in the most awesomest way possible. Why would I want to live? If I'm in a Halloween movie, I want to have one of those deaths that people talk about long after the movie's over. Definitely. But damn, this is a fun time talking to all you guys. And one of the most interactive chats I've had. Probably the most people that stayed this long throughout. I couldn't be more appreciative of it. Like I said, you never know if freaking you're gonna be here by yourself, talking to yourself like a moron, or other people just like you are going to go join in and luckily tonight, people like me joined in, and I loved it. It was awesome. And I can't thank you guys enough for being here. Halloween 2018 is amazing to me and special to me, and I talk about it a lot. So you can only imagine how much I'm going to talk about Halloween Kills when it eventually comes out. But like I said, next week's episode, me and Filthy Dan doing a top 10 list. I won't say what it is until I post the thumbnail. Then you'll be able to see what it is. We got some other special guests. Damn, Frank Riker, you're at work till midnight. I would keep going, but I gotta go to bed. I never stay up that late. Not anymore. Stay tuned. The thumbnail's coming up for next week. And then the week after that, I should have another special guest on. I won't tell you guys that yet because I don't know if it's official, but I'm leaning towards it's going to be. And then the live show after that, another special guest. And then the week after that, another special guest. If all these line up, it's going to be one banging good time for the next couple of weeks. I'll tell you that. I'm looking forward to it. And then it's probably going to be time to slow it down a little bit. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. This was another successful episode of Faccmonster Live. This was episode number 6. And I can't wait to see you guys next week in episode 7. So you guys all have a good night. I do got a full plate. I'm trying to do, like I said, I'm busy man. Doing a lot of different things. You guys have a good, oh no, I don't have a good night. Watch out for Michael and have your guys a scary night. Peace out, homies.